So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection. Now it's Rooney. Howson is there to clear. And the ball's gone astray. This looks promising. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Can he get it through? And he's managed to get from... And the shot! Goal! Victoria! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So, a breakthrough already. And this is Rooney. And that is expertly dealt with. And he's there to get it away. Passes short and sharp. He's played it long. Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Rooney. Rooney. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Decent chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And we have our very first corner. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Rummenigge.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation.
He's had a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Rummenigge is offering a wry smile there.
Big header! Decent enough try.
Rummenigge certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
And it's made its way to him. That's been intercepted. That has been cut short. Forlan has created one goal already. And this is Mohamed Salah. It's a pretty loose pass. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. Rooney towering through the gears. And we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Victoria finding their passes. Costa Curta. Rummenigge. And we've reached half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. but I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Victoria are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Victoria carrying a one-goal lead.
That's going in strongly.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. And it's Rijkaard. Mateus! Oh, it's come loose.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, they've got it again. Mateus! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And he cuts out the supply. Victoria are still that goal to the good. And he's worked it through.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Big chance! They've scored! Barcelona are back in business. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all.
And the finish! In for the pieces! Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just
Shapes to shoot! And it's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
It is a great chance! Goal! Barcelona! Into the lead once more. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And that's put paid to a promising move. Crosses it in here.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Rummenigge. Shot a goal! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
And now he has two. This is quite a battle.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Now it's Owen. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Forlan. And it's Ødegaard. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Cute ball now. How can he reach it? And he's gone looking for safety. And smartly reclaimed. That's that. The end. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Rummenigge claiming the man of the match. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Goes for a shot! Marquinhos clears. Can he spark a counter here? For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Marquinhos calmly anticipates.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping.
He's through, it's one-on-one, real chance! Goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Cannavaro. Victoria are behind here, despite their domination of possession. He's had it taken off him. Bullet. Probing pass. And the through ball. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Good chance here! And he's gone looking for safety.
Victoria really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And this is Bullet. Vitinha. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Mohamed Salah. And this is Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there. Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Victoria with the corner. There first. He gets big. That's another chance. They've done it. Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Rummenigge. And Mateus. O'Shea kept his eye on it, and he's there. And here's Mohamed Salah.
Time.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Cannavaro. And there's the end of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How would you review the first half?
Victoria will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
Pullet is on his own. Out towards the flank. Takes aim and crosses. Cannavaro getting this one clear.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Kokchu goes short. Played in by Roberto Carlos. Victoria have the chance to go the other way. That's a lovely exchange. Cannavaro cuts it out. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And this is Ronaldo. Mateus. Ronaldo was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
Great chance! I've got to be quick to recover this. And it's Salah. Now somewhat off target. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Pinged towards the front line. Out for a throw. Rummenigge. The most accurate pass. Roberto Carlos. And he's intervened well there. Rijkaard.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he's lost his man. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Victoria! And the comeback is complete.
Vitinha really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on, and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Back in possession and ready to go again. Passes short and sharp.
2 added minutes
That's gone
has been
loose.
indicated.
Cooktree.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. And this is... It's Cristiano Ronaldo! He's got a goal! 2 minutes and we're all square again. So smooth. A signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead.
And that will be it. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So, it's away we go then. Christian Abbiati in goal today. Just another example of a great Italian stopper. Tries a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Ibrahimovic actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Darul Tazim with the corner, there first. Cleared away. Played back in. Victoria are looking to go forward now. Oh, that's a key interception. Salah. Platini.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Howson. Oh, they could be caught out here. He's found the way through. Oh, shooting chance! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. It's their second corner of the game. Howson tries to clear. Victoria, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Vitinha. Rummenigge. And it's Vitinha. Victoria ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Now it's Messi. And this is Ibrahimovic. Platini. And he was alert to it. And the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Ibrahimovic is offering a right smile there.
Johor Darul Tazim have their third corner. Cannavaro gets it away. Cafu. Victoria have the chance to go the other way. It could be in here. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, he's been caught on it here. That's a decent chance. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And it's Rijkaard. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. And now they can spring out of defence. Platini gets into a good position. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Vitinha is the team's great visionary. And this is Messi. Now it's Platini. Can he get it through? Oh, good take in a good area. And that should get the job done. Cannavaro. Messi. Good read, needed to be. Great chance! He's delivered all right!
Well, players of his stature just live for moments like that. Another really important contribution as we near half-time, and it can make such an impact on each mindset.
As simple as you like. The outcome utterly inevitable.
Oh, the defence.
Ibrahimovic! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
This possibly the last play of the half. It's a mighty effort! And he's heaved it away. And we hit half-time. And he's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Victoria really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Johor Darul Tazim looking to pass their way through. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Platini! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Platini clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Time and again they are repelled. And the ball's gone astray. Platini given the lift of his goal. Now by a goal needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. That has not gone well.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
No, that was never going to make it. It's Forlan. Mohamed Salah being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Rummenigge, the man we've all come to watch.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Shifted bit to the flank. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he was quick to react. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Passes short and sharp. And he's there to get it away.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Cannavaro. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Rummenigge has been caught there. It's a foul. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Substitution on the field. Number 18.
Great chance here from position A1.
On the field is
the keeper is ultra
11,
busy in trying to just get everything in order.
And this is Mohamed Salah.
Victoria really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Substitution on the field. Number 21.
Ibrahimovic Tazim making consecutive changes here. Cantona to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself.
It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And we're done. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter
Tries a shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Victoria are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Incoming delivery. And that was very necessary. It's been slipped through. He has found the way through. Shot a goal! Oh, denied brilliantly.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Victoria with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Bahia have the chance to go the other way. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That looks a cracking ball.
Victoria really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And here's Azar. Knocks it into space. Big chance! No mistake! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Face to face, decent chance! And it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will stick.
Look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Rummenigge was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Vitinha with the cross. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides
Hello,
get ready to
everybody,
lock
and
horns.
welcome to
This
today's
is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then. Well, here's one of the standout names of his day, Jim, Dragan Stojkovic.
Yeah, Peter, there was a time when the Balkans produced an incredible number of truly remarkable footballers, and out of them all, he was probably the best, at least technically, I'd say.
And the crowd love him. They're chanting his name. He is their hero. There's little doubt about that.
Well, they can hope for some more heroics here, I guess.
Cross deflected behind for a corner. And we have our very first corner. Victoria are looking to go forward now. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And he welcomes it in. Rummenigge. Well, now it's a race for the ball.
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Olise. So it is still 0-0. Olise. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Szoboszlai for Olise. And here's Stojkovic. He's going for goal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 2 then. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. And he's there to belt it away. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rummenigge. Odo is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Out to the right. Hazard. And he's in on goal. Rijkaard. Forlan. Now it's Vitinha. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Victoria clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Well, there's a probing ball. Now it's Olise. Threads one in. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. And it's Hazard. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
No, that's been intercepted. Hazard. Szoboszlai. Hazard can see things others simply
There
cannot.
will be 1 minute.
Oh, good ball! There's the shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So, no breakthrough from either side. 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. That gets things going for the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Nunez is onto this. That looks a good ball through. Oh, that's a key interception. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Mohamed Salah. Now it's Forlan. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. He's having a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 3 coming up. He's got tall. Harmlessly behind. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
And this is Mohamed Salah. Conte. And it's Hazard. Now it's Darwin. Now it's Stojkovic. Stojkovic will not want... He rises! Oh, he's hit the bar! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that.
And it's made its way to him. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be... And the shots! And still, we await the first breakthrough. And he skips past his man. Conte, nicely aimed pass. Oh, well measured. Picked out brilliantly. Forlan.
Borussia Dortmund have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
The most accurate pass. Elise. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is... He's had a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Nunez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 4 coming up here. And he's there to clear it.
Don't you just love the level of intensity?
It's Rosensky! And he was quick to react. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Now it's Forlan. It's a nicely shaped ball. And this is Mohamed Salah. Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's in! And that's got to be it! That has got to be it! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Number 20, Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah.
Victoria take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
Rafinha. Victoria, moments now away from seeing this one out. Nicely shaped ball.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Time added on 4 minutes. Knocks it into space. Nicely weighted ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Dixon. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Victoria have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And we're underway.
Well, the greatest goal threat down below us, Peter, is Michael Owen.
Forever the boy wonder. Burst onto the world scene, of course, in such sensational style and left us with that unforgettable impression.
Yeah, and he'll forever be remembered for that, Peter, but his catch-me-if-you-can style of finishing and one-on-one duels with keepers, it became the norm.
Absolutely so, and I guess we're all expecting him to notch a goal or two here. Raul. And here's Owen. Oh, it's Dembele. Tries a measured ball. Messi gets flagged offside. Nicely weighted ball. And they've got rid. Well timed, excellent interception. And the ball's gone astray. And this is it. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And here's Mohamed Salah. Rummenigge goes for a shot. Goal! Victoria! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Victoria have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Owen. This is Dembele. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Rummenigge. Oh, that's a key interception. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And this is Messi! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Raul, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, it's Dembele. There's the shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Fulham United really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue. It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Mateus. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Oh, red. Nice interception. Rijkaard. Rummenigge. It's a good foot in there. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Van Bronckhorst. Raul. Played out to the left flank. And the first 45 minutes are up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Victoria go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. And we're already back up and running after half-time. A solitary goal That has been the crucial difference. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
Beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cannavaro gets good distance on it. Forlan producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Now it's Owen, and here's Messi. Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's in on, it's Dembele! Oh, that is very close.
Dembele brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
That has not gone well. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And that's a shapes to shoot! Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Vitinha, fires it in low. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. He can get that clear.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
He's on it, can he get away? Rummenigge unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Threads one in, Messi. Victoria leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. And played right into his path. Shot, surely! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure, and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
There will be
Right
1 minute added time.
Vitinha, Rummenigge, and that is as far as it goes. Victoria can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway.
Darren Fletcher will be key here. It's going to be down to him to dictate the tempo of this game.
Yeah, he's the sort of player, isn't he, that the team turns to in tough times.
Yeah, he's going to have to do an awful lot because of his position. Regaining possession, shielding and covering that defence, distributing the ball and carrying it up the pitch at times. He's always willing to go that extra mile.
Howson makes the interception. Mateus, great vision. And played right into his path. Decent chance! Goal! Victoria! There is the breakthrough! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Mohamed Salah demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. That's a good ball. Can he finish? And it's in! And they're at it again in double quick time.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming?
Can he finish? A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Rijkaard. Rummenigge, the man we've all come to watch. And now the breakaway. Now it's Mbappe. Threads one in. Cannavaro gets good distance on it. Forlan, who does have an assist to his name. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Oh, what a mistake! And he's following up! Off the post! He's got away with one there.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Mendieta, probing pass. Oh, Red, nice interception. Can he get it through? Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And it's De Bruyne. Van Nistelrooy. De Bruyne. Maradona. Oh, well played, well played. Vitinha. Mateus. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And here's Mbappe. Takes the shot! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
We're talking about creating a problem for yourself. Okay, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Victoria have it back and can go again. Rijkaard.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Nice looking ball. Now that's well seen too. It's Forlan. Oh, it's a promising build-up. There's plenty of really nice passing. And we hit half-time. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Victoria ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Kaka. Nicely shaped ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Maradona. Thinks about, but there's the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
And Nistelrooy clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Indonesia with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Rijkaard getting this one clear. That's an imaginative pass. And now a sudden chance to counter. Has a shot! Oh, another save.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
It's their second corner of the game. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Victoria have the chance to go the other way. He has found a way through. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. He's had it taken off him. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And a chance! Played it, and another try! Harmlessly behind.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Haka. Good running, strong and purposeful. Delivery from him, climbs up big! He scores! Just one goal in it now! Game on! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and read it perfectly.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And the chance, surely! And he's gone looking for safety. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
That's been cut out, well played.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
He's being urged, shapes to shoot! He should have put that one away.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Number 24.
Rummenigge!
Coming on the field.
Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Now it's Mbappe.
This is the time you need that pace.
That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Terrific header! Out towards the flank. It's come to nothing. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. So the orchestra tunes, the patrons take their seats. The curtain is about to rise at the theatre of dreams once more. So it's away we go then.
Stefano Fiore's always been an interesting player, Peter, even if he was overshadowed by the more glamorous players who played in his position.
Still a little bit of a gem in midfield, wasn't he?
Yeah, he has all the technical capabilities you'd expect from a playmaker, but I would also like to refer to his adaptability. He can play just about anywhere in midfield without losing that inventive edge.
Proper utility player. Shot, surely! Fantastic from Elise! A finish right from the top draw! Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
Victoria finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Just the goalkeeper to beat. Howson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Cruyff. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well read, nice interception.
Victoria are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Batistuta, he's found a way through. Platini puts them all in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Rummenigge. Vitinha is always looking to break lines. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Looking for the run. Great ball, and the shots! No mistake! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Aims beyond the defence. This might spell... Can he finish? Goal! Barcelona! Into the lead once more. There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Barcelona get themselves into the lead. Elise. Barcelona finding their passes. That's a nicely shaped ball. So can he finish? And it's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. There they go, hunting again.
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time.
Just a quick reminder today, please refrain from parking outside this stadium. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Easy enough for the goalkeeper. And he was quick to react. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Good ball, good take. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And he's managed to get rid. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get it.
Olise! Oh, how good is he? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And the lead is extended still further.
150.
That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
This is Batistuta. Platini receives it in a good position here. Vitinha, Rummenigge. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. It's played through for him. Costa Curta promptly onto that, and that is that. And this is Mohamed Salah. Threads one in. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Had a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Great vision. He has a look out. Olise. There's a sharp little ball here. That looks a cracking ball. Goes for a shot!
Oh, that is rather wayward. Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
Nesta. And he's done very well to take that back. Costa Curta. Vitinha. And this is Mohamed Salah. Rummenigge. He's found some space. And he shoots!
Added minutes has been indicated.
Knocks it into space. Cute ball. Now, how can he reach it? And that is as far as it goes. Victoria have very little in the way of excuses here. Simply having no answer to a display that was The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And we're underway. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome.
And Bernardo Silva! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Bernardo Silva really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. And he's gone looking for safety. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's good running with the ball. And here's Mohamed Salah. Gehi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Passing is crisp and sharp. Played out to the right. Messi receives it in a wide position. No foul, says the referee. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Bernardo Silva. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Victoria, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Claudio. Mateus does well to get it back.
Gakpo really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Messi tries making a foray down the right. And he lines up a cross. And he's quick to get it clear again. And here's Messi. That's good play. Zubimendi. Out to the right. And this is Bernardo Silva. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And he's going to have his name taken. Mateus. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Mohamed Salah was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Mateus. Now it's Messi. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And we are back underway.
Victoria really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Played back in. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, super ball. Mateus. And here's Bernardo Silva. He's tried one! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Rummenigge. Vitinha. No, it's come to nothing. That's pretty clear. It is a foul. And that's going to be a booking. So a chance here. What can they make of it? Costa Curta. Quarter of an hour into the second half. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Dixon. Mateus. Guardiola. Mateus. Rummenigge, a player of legendary status. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Ball is over the line. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now there's a fine ball.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And this is Mohamed Rummenigge! It's there! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
He won't get any simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Substitution.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Victoria have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Victoria still ahead by the game's only goal. Goes down, but nothing given. Over to the left. Hazard. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, look at real chance! Oh, that is rather wayward. Oh, can they get him away? There's no flag. And the ball's gone astray. Now it's Vitinha.
Added time.
Oh, what has happened here? Shapes to shoot! It's in! And this is getting better and better. Oh, so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow.
That's that, the end. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. Rummenigge taking in the accolades.